official, and we're back at it again. Hope you guys had a good day. Watching some regular show last night. But now we're gonna hit it up real tight. Oh yeah, Chad. Some big news. One of my favorite games just had a massive update, but first, before we get into that, we're gonna look and see what.
Oh my god!
So this was a prediction that has came fulfilled. So we're gonna see what the fuck's going on.
Foretold. It's actually happening. Let's take a look at it. Ubisoft has partnered with Tencent to form a new subsidiary valued at $4.3 billion with a 25% stake. So Tencent owns a quarter of this new subsidiary of Ubisoft.
So basically, Tencent bought them out, and I think they purposely tanked their company so it would sell cheaper, honestly. I mean, you can't fuck these numbers up.
The subsidiary will feature key Ubisoft franchises like Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, and Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six, aiming to develop a multi-platform game ecosystem.
Go.
Anybody who's watched, you know this is the exact same thing that I said was going to happen. Like, I called this directly.
I mean, we all knew this was going to happen.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm feeling real fucking cute right now.
We knew this. We all knew this was going to happen.
Dude, you can't have the number go down like that and not have the house be on fire. Like, that's the way it works. So of course it's gonna happen. And I said it was even gonna be by Tencent, and it was by Tencent. So here we go. The move is seen as a strategy to protect Ubisoft's valuable IPs and potentially restructuring the business model. Discussions online suggest this could lead to significant changes in control or the eventual closure of the original Ubisoft if it encounters financial issues with the new entity holding valuable IPs and potentially attracting top talent. So basically, they made a new Ubisoft.
So it's going to be better.
Wow. Check their stock. Okay. It's going up a lot, actually, but this is before the announcement. The announcement hasn't been made yet.
Insider trading.
Right now, it's very high, and I think that we can expect to see it continue going up higher as soon as this happens, because the problem is that those are insiders. Yeah, it probably could be insider trading, realistically, right? Or they heard about it earlier on, like, you know, a French news station before it really hit America. I don't know really why. So Ubisoft, and this is it. Ubisoft accelerates its transformation by laying foundation for new operating model with the creation of subsidiary and injection of $1.16 billion of cash from selected investor Tencent. Man. Today, Ubisoft is accelerating its transformation by taking an important step in rapidly evolving its operating model with the creation of dedicated subsidiary based on Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six brands. Following the formal competitive selection process, Tencent will invest, again, for 25%. Backed by greater investment and boosted creator capabilities, it will drive further increases in quality of narrative solo experience, expand multiplayer offerings with increased frequency of content release, introduce free-to-play touchpoints, and integrate more social features. So the binding agreement with Tencent follows the formal and competitive process in exploring and assessing different strategic options assessed earlier this year, based on the careful consideration of several expressions of interest received from diverse parties, and its duty to act in the best interest of all Ubisoft stakeholders. The board of directors, upon recommendation from the ad hoc committee, determined that this transaction crystallized the best value for Ubisoft's assets and unanimously approved the proposed transaction on March 27th.
Jeez, unanimous.
Well, there it is.
I mean, yeah.
There we go, gentlemen. Ubisoft is, I mean, as I said, I didn't think the company was going to be sold. I thought it was going to be restructured. It's being restructured. And China now owns 25% of it. So, That's a lot. How much
Yeah,
you got?
it
Yeah, they're gonna
is.
fire everybody and then reallocate the IPs. Yeah, that's what they're gonna do. They're doing
I
this,
hope
by the way, and
so.
this is what's going to happen. Everybody's getting fired. Yeah, they're getting rid of probably most of these people. Like, if you're working at Ubisoft right now, I would
Say
update my
goodbye to your
resume.
job.
Like, that's it. Because, like, you look at this, right? Ubisoft employees. Employee count. They have 23,000 employees. So if you really think that they're gonna, do you really think Tencent is gonna keep 23,000 people on the payroll? Abso-fucking-lutely not. So these
No
guys are
way.
done. Like, they're totally cooked. It's over. It's finished. They're totally going to change this, and that's gonna be it, man. And I think it's kind of funny for me to see this.
It's
Because
hilarious.
everybody on Twitter was talking about how much of a success Assassin's Creed was and how everything is fine. And I don't know if these people can read a graph. I don't know if they can read a graph. Like, anybody could have seen this happening. But for some reason, people didn't want to see that. Why would you ever need
They just
23,000
ignore
people? I bet there's a lot of guys in China right now that are wondering that exact same thing. You know? So we'll see what happens. And yeah, there it is. And they can ratio the tweet. Yeah, they can ratio tweets, but they can't ratio investors. That's right. And
Yeah,
Tencent, well,
literally.
they got ratioed by China. And wow. Ubisoft has officially sold its video game franchises and formed a new subsidiary giving Tencent 25% ownership and royalties. Ubisoft did so well with Assassin's Creed Shadows, they were forced to sell.
It's so good they had to sell. You're right. You're right. How did I
told you
not
so.
see this?
I said this shit was gonna happen.
We knew this was all gonna happen. Come
Man.
on.
I
You
said it
hit
was
the
gonna
nail
happen.
on the fucking head, though,
The
for
thing is
sure.
I didn't think it was gonna be so fast.
The next,
This
like,
shit was really
day. Yo,
You
you
think
just
Elon's gonna
said.
tweet about him? I don't know. Maybe he will. And Tencent acquires a 25% stake in Ubisoft's new gaming subsidiary. If I'm understanding correctly, Ubisoft protects their most valuable IPs by making Tencent an investment, and Ubisoft gets a share of the profit. I think this is a good thing. If you
It is a
like
good thing.
Ubisoft games and you want them to continue making good games, this is the best case scenario. It really is. Tencent also, by the way, before anybody, oh, China bad, China bad. Grinding Gear Games, the people that we just watched their like video game showcase and everybody was like pogging out about, Grinding Gear Games is owned completely by Tencent, and so is Riot.
Mm-hmm.
So like this whole idea that like, oh, China bad, get the fuck out of here. Like, China's the only people now that are making good games. So no, I don't want to hear
Literally.
that at all. Are you tired of being always right? No, I'm just tired of people that don't want to admit it. That's the only thing I'm tired of. And Ubisoft still owns partial and new subsidiaries. Yeah, of course they do. Ubisoft forming a new subsidiary company. This is crazy, man.
This is
crazy.
fucking bonkers, though. I mean,
Well-
come on.
No word yet on what this means for the other franchises or the company's approximately 19,000 employees.
Yeah, I know what that means. They're done.
What could it possibly mean for those 19,000 employees? Who could know?
We may never
wonder.
know.
I do. I wonder. And so anyway, they were.
The world may never know.
Making Smite. Oh, I don't know about Smite. I never really played that. That's a Mizkif game. And why do they even have 19K?
Smite was
employees?
alright.
You know what? After playing Assassin's Creed Shadows, I'm not sure either. So anyway, or Star Wars Outlaw. So there it is. I'm not really sure how this is a bad
Star
thing.
Wars
Putting protect
Outlaw
19,000
was so
employees
bad.
Is $1.8 billion. Get woke, go broke.
Get
These are
woke, go
IPs that have
broke.
value, very interesting move. Rip Ubisoft, you were good years ago. Well, this is going to make China will make Ubisoft great again.
It
Because they'll
will.
hold them to high standards, and they don't care about any sort of like social messaging, any kind of like what they care about is making a video game that people will buy.
Yeah,
That's
and
all they
making
care
money.
about. Like, that's it. That's the only thing that matters. They will make a video game and people will buy the video game. They don't care about AI. They don't care about, diversity. They don't care about DEI. They don't care about like LGBT. They don't care about any of that stuff.
Thank goodness.
All they care about is making a good game.
Finally,
messaging,
somebody does.
No bullshit, just a good game. And if you look at a lot of the other studios that they have ownership in, I think that this is a very, very tried and true practice. And from what I've seen, it sure seems to work. And you can't type 1989. That's another thing. You can't forget that. Anyway, let's go back over. Make all 19,000 work on Splinter Cell. Well, there's not going to be all 19,000 for very long, man. And no word yet for the 19,000. Yeah, bro. It's done, bro. Yeah, everyone ready for the news cycle of Assassin's Creed Shadows? I saw this before.
Thank goodness.
There it is. Okay, it didn't sell as much as we are. Give me a second.
Fuck you, chuds.
I think we're about like right here. Yeah, we're about like right here. Just so you guys understand this. This is an undisputed, categorical, catastrophic, cataclysmic Chud victory.
Yeah, true.
China is going to
Chuds
make
win.
games for Chuds.
Chuds win.
This is a total Chud victory. I'm sorry to say. Wow. I'm happy to see this. Assassin's Creed Shadows Peak was even close to Monster Hunter Wilds current low concurrent players. Yeah, no, the game didn't sell as well as it needed to. That's just all there is to it. I mean, if like obviously I think the truth is that the writing was probably on the wall from this after they derived pre-orders. Like, it's not like these guys, like, they knew whether this game was going to do well or not before it came out. Like, realistically, they knew. And so they probably had a projection because, I mean, they've got 10 years of, like, pre-order data, and they can extrapolate from that, right? I mean, of course they can. And so the fact that they're doing this, I think, is very obvious that, you know, this was planned for a while. This wasn't because of the reception of Assassin's Creed Shadows. This is because of the reception of Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, having to shut down X-Defiant, Star Wars Outlaws, and also the negative reception leading up to Assassin's Creed Shadows, that I think that even if you don't agree with any of the sentiment and you think that Assassin's Creed Shadows was still a success, you have to acknowledge that all of the controversy was a negative for the game. Like, if you look at, like, did the controversy make the game sell more copies or less copies? It made it sell, I think, a lot less copies. And Skull and Bones, too. I forgot about that. Yeah. So this is the reality. This is not, like... I really doubt that Ubisoft... Assassin's Creed Shadows came out. Wait, there's not enough people playing. Quick, sell it now. Shut it down. Quick, call up China. All right, do you still have the money? Okay, all right, let's get this done now. That's not what happened. I really just don't think that's what happened, guys. This was planned years ago. This was planned when the downturn began. That's what I think happened. I think this downturn began, and then as soon as Ubisoft saw the writing on the wall with this, they decided, you know what? We're fucked. Basically, we're fucked. And that's it. Shadows flopped. It doesn't matter if Shadows flopped. Shadows didn't flop, but it's not a shining star either. It's just another video game. And they needed it to be an Elden Ring. And it wasn't. It was not an Elden Ring. Anyway, so even a shining star cannot save a company that big? Well, no, I think that if Assassin's Creed Shadows, like, okay, if Assassin's Creed Shadows had sold as many copies as Black Myth Wukong, I think that we would be having a very different conversation, and there's a chance that this deal might have been changed slightly. But I think that really, Assassin's Creed Shadows was like it's kind of like after you break up with a girlfriend for being toxic, and then you find out she was cheating on you after you already broke up with her. Like, yeah, it definitely made things worse, but the decision was already made. You know, like, it was already done. The whole Snow White controversy is getting ugly. I don't know about that. I didn't see anything about that controversy at all. I'd have to go back and take a look. So, yeah, this happened to you? I'd have to think. I don't think so. Shining Star would barely move the needle. They spend a few $100 million per year. No game saves that amount of spend. They need a large slate of games coming out, which they don't have. A good game would help sell upcoming releases, but they never had that. You're actually bringing up a really good point, is that even a very big game exists inside of an ecosystem. So, like, if I go and I look at, for example, Ubisoft, and let me go back, I'll pull this up real quick. And if you look at the developer, right, and you see these games and how well these games are doing, it's really not super great. And I think, obviously, like, wait, why is it, Shadows? Where's Assassin's Creed? Shadows ass. I probably shouldn't be searching that. Okay, there we go. So if I look at Ubisoft Quebec, okay, so this is just, there's so many of these publishers. Okay, is it gonna work here? Yeah, here it is. And so if you look at a lot of these games that have released, and you look at, like, when they came out, like, you see For Honor came out, you know, kind of a while ago. It's doing okay, or it did okay. But this game basically totally died, it seems. I'll go ahead and I'll pull it up and show you. And so you can see right here, Max. Okay, yeah, there we go. And so you had a huge amount of people playing the game, and I don't know why this happened, but, you know, like, then everybody basically quit the game, and it went back down to 5,000 players, so this is a dead game. Rainbow Six Siege, this game's actually pretty popular. I would say this is probably their biggest game that they have right now, is Rainbow Six Siege. Then you have Tom Clancy's The Division. This game came out quite a while ago. It was very successful. It did very well. And then, obviously, it just totally fucking died, and it's completely flatlined. It has less than 1,000 players. Then you have Far Cry 5. And what you notice here is that almost none of these video games were released in 2020 and above, right? They were all from 2018, 2014, 2017, 2017, Brawlhalla 2017. So they haven't released anything good in the last 5 years, really, that's been successful, at least on Steam. And so that's really the problem. There's The Division 2. Well, I don't know where that is. Look up Division 2. Okay. Tom Clancy's okay. Like, I mean, that's not. I mean, this doesn't really look super good, does it? I mean, I feel like this is kind of bad too. So yeah, that doesn't help. I feel like that just makes it worse. And so my point is that, you know, a lot of these video games that they've released, like, if I just look at, let me look at the most recent releases, okay? And so let's look at, this is all DLC. It's kind of annoying. Look at Star Wars Outlaws, for example. You think about how many millions of dollars went into making a game like Star Wars Outlaws, and then the game just totally flops. Like, the problem is that they make video games that, if you're an indie developer and your game has, let's say, 3,000 players, I would say that's a really big W. Like, you're doing great. But the problem is that when you are this massive publisher and you're moving this mountain of a company around with 19,000, 23,000 employees, you can't afford to have 3,000 players. You have to keep getting these big hits all the time. And the fact is, they're not getting these big hits. They're not even coming close to getting these big hits. And that's it. And this is their Stardew Valley. Can you check on Immortals of Avenum, $180 million game? Well, it wasn't made by Ubisoft. It's aside from the point. Like, even Assassin's Creed Mirage, like, this game came out, apparently. I guess it got released on Steam. I don't know about that. But, you know, this game, it was okay. But it just, none of these games really are massively popular. And you can't run a studio as big as Ubisoft without having massively popular, what do you call it? Massively popular hits. Yeah, they have.
Yeah, you need like Call of Duty.
I mean,
more employees than players.
So
No,
that
doesn't look good at all.
I mean, there's a McDonald's that has more employees than Skull and Bones, so it's not really saying a whole lot. But either way, it doesn't look good for them at all. So, you know, that's pretty much where we're at. And I think Ubisoft, as I said before, I think that they're cooked. Let me see here. I'm going to see if I can search it up. Asmongold, Ubisoft. And these are the people, they want it. See, this is actually, and you remember in the Bible, this is what they did to Jesus. So Jesus tried to tell the people the truth, and they wanted to kill him for it. They were angry. They didn't want to come into the light, and now the light has come into the cave. That's it. The cave is falling down. It's crumbling. I said this was going to happen. The first person, yes, Jesus, you guys might not know this, but Jesus is actually the first person in history to get canceled. So anyway, I don't know if I really looked at this. Ubisoft, let me see here. Is it cooked, maybe? Is this really what it was?
Yo.
Avowed game is full of psychos. Yeah, I don't know really if I could find it. But I know that there were a few clips of me talking about Ubisoft and everybody calling me stupid because I thought this was going to happen. And so yeah, anyway, the point that I'm making here is that if you look at this publisher and you see their release,
we'll come back to this. This is actually very interesting, but at the same time, I'm extremely hyped to see what happened.
Has been absolutely insane. Am I going to go back and play this now that it's come out? I absolutely will.
This is out?
Exceeding my
this is out?
I didn't expect to see it anywhere near this.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Rogers, Game Director on Path of Exile 2.
Hi, Jonathan.
Welcome to GGG Live. Well, it's been a little over 3 months since we launched Early Access, so it's about time for our first major content update.
Okay.
Today, we're going to show you an exclusive reveal of Path of Exile 2, Dawn of the Hunt, which launches on April 4th.
Wow.
Oh, the 4th.
Today's live stream.
That's
so
us.
Make sure you follow the instructions below in order to claim your Executioner's Guillotine finisher effect. Now, on today's stream, we're going to take you on a deep dive into the new Dawn of the Hunt update.
Oh, shit.
We'll cover a new class, 5 new Ascendancy classes, and huge expansions on character systems like unique items and support gems. After that, it's on to the in-game improvements, including changes to systems, a bunch of new encounters, and lots of other content.
I might actually come back for this then.
We're going to finish up today with a live Q&A session where Ziggy D will ask Path of Exile 2's game directors,
is it going to be
Mark,
worth coming back
questions
to?
from Twitch chat. Now, we have a lot to cover today, so let's get started with a trailer for Path of Exile 2, Dawn of the Hunt.
All right, let's get it.
Let's do it.
Mary are guided by the Spirit. It provides prey, shelter, even love.
Yo, thanks for the follow.
For me, one day, all that were changed. The Spirit, it showed me something. Something forbidden.
They did.
And to defend all I loved, I used
Javelin. Wait.
Javelin build. Amazonian build.
That day.
Oh my god.
But fate weren't finished with me yet.
Javelin builds are back. Let's go.
Okay, perfect.
I'll right the wrongs I've done.
Amazonian.
I'll do what I must. No matter the cost. I will hear the Spirit once more.
Well, let's see what they do. So it's kind of like a monk?
Damn.
Damn. Damn.
What the fuck? Mount?
Oh, she got a mount.
There's a mount?
She got a mount.
There's mounts?
25 new skills. That means we... Rogue X... Holy fuck.
I shall bathe in your blood.
Oh. This is the first big update for PoE 1. Necromancer! They're adding Necromancer! are back.
Are we though?
Oh, we are back.
Is the end game good?
We are so back. All right. Needs paladins. I don't know if they're going to add that or not. So it's on April 4th. Okay.
Now, as you can see, in Dawn of the Hunt, we're introducing the first new class since early access to PoE 2, the Huntress.
Please add
The
Templar so
Huntress is a
McConnell will play.
spear-wielding Asmeri warrior, born into a society with strict traditions.
We're not gonna play
she
a
was
girl,
exiled from
okay?
her homeland after using the power of a skill gem to defend her village. As a dexterous spear user, she specializes in both melee and ranged combat, dashing into and out of battle. Spears have extended range and a short dash, but unlike other melee weapons, you can also throw them.
Okay.
In order to make a hybrid ranged and melee character work, we had to do a lot of thinking about ways to make it fun to both enter and exit melee range. The first skill you will get as a Huntress is Whirling Slash.
Uh-huh.
As well as striking in a circle around you, this skill creates a whirlwind that blinds your enemies.
Okay.
Leaving the whirlwind will make it explode. The more Whirling Slash is used, the bigger the whirlwind, and the bigger the explosion.
That's cool.
What?
Once you're out of there, you'll want to follow up with something ranged.
Yeah.
Whip your spear around to shoot twisters towards your foes. These twisters bounce off walls and can hit enemies multiple times.
Damn.
You can also
And-
throw twisters inside a whirlwind to shoot out extra tornadoes that do way more damage.
What?
In her offhand, the Huntress will usually want to hold a buckler, which allows you to do a new skill, Parry. While holding down Parry, your character will counterattack any incoming attack from monsters near you, stunning them. In addition, the monsters will take extra attack damage from your follow-up strike.
Damn.
Some specific skills are designed to be used after a parry and have extra effects.
Like a riposte.
Disengage is a skill that does a quick jump back, damaging enemies in front of you, and can be used to interrupt other actions.
Okay,
like
that
dodge
makes
roll.
sense, sure.
If you use it against a parried enemy, though, it causes an explosion and gives you a
Oh.
frenzy charge. Just be careful. If you parry too much, you're going to get stunned and possibly killed.
Okay.
You can combine this combo with Whirling Slash. Slash, parry, disengage, and you'll get an explosion from the disengage and the Whirling Slash.
It's lit.
And the
Huntress also has
frenzy
a variety
point.
of elemental spear throw attacks.
Yes, that's
cool.
the
You
spell
could use
I
lightning
want.
spear to bounce lightning between your foes.
That's-
Or you could
that's
throw
really
explosive
cool.
spears into the ground. These spears take a while to detonate, but when they do, they'll incinerate anyone caught in the blast.
Uh-huh.
All spear throws on the Huntress can also be empowered by frenzy charges.
Okay.
For example, explosive spears will do an even larger explosion and leave fire on the ground. And these empowered versions can activate even more combos.
Uh-huh.
Using Whirling Slash over ground fire will suck it into the whirlwind, adding fire to the explosion.
Damn.
Using twisters inside a fire whirlwind will shoot out fire tornadoes as well.
That was
Damn.
over similar to gas
Nice.
clouds.
And lightning too.
Oh, fuck.
Now, a
Damn.
key aspect
So it even
of
has
hunting
lightning
is exhausting your
tornadoes?
foes by causing blood loss.
Yeah, lightning,
This skill is
lightning
Rage,
NATO.
which dashes towards your target and unleashes a deadly slash, opening up wounds on your enemies. Follow up with Disengage and watch them bleed out as they run towards you. On the health bar of monsters, you can see how much blood loss the enemy has experienced, and the Huntress has skills to take
Damn.
advantage of this. For example, using Blood Hunt will thrust forward and cause a bloody explosion. The more blood loss, the bigger the explosion.
So, okay. All right, that's
Damn.
what's
Bigger
This is our ability.
Try out
Bloody
Ground
build.
Assault. The final hit of this multi-hit combo will stick a spear into your enemy for a big bleed.
That's cool.
Now, Explosive Spear and Rapid Assault both result in leaving spears behind, either in the ground or in enemies. But there are other skills that leave spears around too, like Storm Lance, that leaves an electrical spear that arcs towards enemies. But what can you do with all these spears? Detonate them, of course. Thunderous Leap will allow you to jump onto and explode any spears either in the ground or in your enemy.
Damn.
Now, as well as hunting
Damn.
enemies,
It's crazy how
Huntress
much
also has
combo
the
shit
ability
they
to
have.
work with them. While fighting any beast, you have the ability to tame
Yeah.
it and use it as a companion. You can only have one companion at a time, but it will
Wait.
keep the mods that were on it. Try to find a rare beast with good mods to take full advantage of your ability to tame them.
What?
Now, this is just the beginning of the Huntress. We've really tried to make the hybrid ranged and melee gameplay work for this class by having a huge amount of synergy between ranged and melee options. There are 22 new
What?
skills available for the Huntress.
Oh my
What
god,
is
that's
going
insane.
on?
Hundreds of insanely powerful spears, sending forth spirit animals and summoning the might of Solaris from the sky.
Uh-huh. That's
But
sick.
we still
yeah.
haven't talked about ascendancy classes yet.
Oh fuck.
What can the Huntress ascend into? Well, the first ascension class you could choose is the Ritualist. The Ritualist has embraced the darker side of his merry traditions
Nice.
by harnessing the power of animal sacrifice and plague.
Yeah.
The Corrupted Life Force skill causes all enemies around you to grow volatile blood boils on their skin.
Wait.
When those enemies are slain, the boils will burst, spreading corrupted blood to all enemies around them. The Ritualist also excels in taking
That is
advantage of
crazy.
magical trinkets. The Unfurled Finger skill allows you to equip an additional ring on a finger around your neck. Taking Mystic Attunement increases the bonuses of all the rings and amulets you have equipped. Now this is one of my favorites. As the Whispers Ask grants you a new skill, Ritual Sacrifice. Use the skill on
That
the
is
corpses of slain
insane.
rare monsters to absorb the power in their blood, to give you one of their modifiers for a short time.
What?
Specialize further into Ritualistic Sacrifice with As the Whispers Demand, which allows you to perform that skill on yourself instead of a corpse. Cut your own hand, sacrificing some of your own blood to empower yourself.
So it's like Headhunter?
The Amazon Ascension is for those looking to hunt more than just beasts.
Okay.
Trained as an elite guard to the most important Asmeri elders, the Amazon will use more traditional fighting techniques mastered to perfection. The Predatory Instinct
Nice.
skill will cause you to reveal weaknesses in the defenses of rare and unique enemies,
What does
causing you
that
to
mean?
deal more damage. You can see those weak spots represented on their life bars.
Oh, okay. So they take
While
more
using
damage. at
elemental
certain times.
infusion, any charges you consume will infuse your weapon with elemental power, causing any projectile attacks to explode on impact.
Okay.
The Critical Strike skill is as simple as it sounds. It takes your excess accuracy and gives it to you as critical strike chance.
Damn.
Additionally, you have skills like Mystic Harvest, which allows your elemental damage to leech life, and as Mary Brew to be able to use either flask to restore both life and mana.
I like the sacrifice one better.
So those are the two new ascendancies for the Huntress, but those are not the only ascendancies in Dawn of the Hunt. We've
Okay,
added a new
okay,
ascension
here we
class
go.
for 3 of the other existing classes too.
Here we go.
First up, for our warriors out there, we have the Smith of Kitava.
What?
The warrior is a blacksmith in origin, taught by his father Renly.
What?
With this ascension, you can take your smithing skills to new heights by embracing power from the insatiable one himself, Kitava. Smiths of Kitava
Jeez.
are master
Temper
blacksmiths and have the ability to forge their weapon, quite literally. Using
Wait.
the Against the Anvil notable skill, you can enhance your weapon with fiery destruction before any battle. After doing so, your attacks will release explosions on hit for maximum devastation.
What?
Oh,
You
shit.
can also use the power of Kitava to summon an animated copy of your weapon to fight alongside you. A great blacksmith can do more than just forging their
It's
weapon.
like a
though.
Blood Knight
Their
or
armor can
something.
be enhanced too. Now you might think this ascendancy class tree looks a little
Yeah, what the-
abnormal,
it's a what
and
the
you're
fuck.
right. There's a lot of notable skills all disconnected at the bottom there.
Uh-huh.
By taking this point here, which is free to assign, your character is unable to equip body armors with mods of any kind. So your body armor must be normal. Sounds like a downside, right? Except now in true blacksmith fashion, you get to craft your own body armor by taking those disconnected notables with your points. If you want your body armor to grant life, take this notable. If you want resistances, take this one. There's so many choices. Think of it like you're crafting your own body armor, just in a more
Damn.
literal sense.
What the fuck?
Now, let's move on to those who prefer the reassuring feel of a
I don't
crossbow
think
in
that'll
their
be good,
hands, the
honestly.
mercenary.
It's
No.
an opportunity
Alongside the
cost.
existing Ascension classes, the Gemling
I could be
Legionnaire
wrong.
and the Witch Hunter, you can now play as the Tactician.
What's tactician?
The Tactician is a former Blackguard elite. Free from the duties of a Blackguard, he is able to use his training to decimate the monsters of Rayclast and earn a healthy income doing so.
Uh-huh.
This training comes in the form of various skills like suppressing fire, which causes
Okay.
all projectiles to pin enemies. When
Oh,
combined with the
shit.
right where we want them notable, your pin not only stops your enemies from moving, but stops them from performing actions too.
Oh.
Similar to freeze.
That's really
With
good.
a soldier's training, the Tactician also works well cooperatively. Using the whoever pays best notable, you can place multiple banners at once.
Okay.
The Watch How We Do It skill gives a portion of your weapon's damage to your allies as well.
Oh, that's cool.
But if that isn't enough, you can also command your army of off-screen archers to unleash hell and carpet an entire
So
area
it's like
with
Rain of
arrows.
Arrows.
Finally, Witch players will be able to join their legions by becoming undead themselves. In
Damn.
Dawn of the Hunt, we're introducing the Lich Ascension class. The Lich is a master of chaos
Damn.
and curses and could sacrifice her life to enhance her energy shield.
Oh boy.
The Crystalline Phylactery skill
Wait,
allows you to nominate
is-
a jewel in which to contain part of your soul,
So-
massively increasing its power. There's just one downside to splitting your soul this way, though. If you have no energy shield, your mana costs will shoot up.
The Necromantic Conduit skill causes you and allies in your presence to have unholy might, granting extra damage as chaos damage.
Oh.
Rupture the Soul makes enemies you curse explode with chaos damage when slain.
Killed by allies in your presence.
Dominion over Flesh allows you to apply an additional curse.
Oh shit.
Double
It's safe
curse.
to say you'll be the true master of the occult by choosing the Lich class.
Oh my
So
god.
Dawn of the Hunt has the Huntress and 5 new Ascension classes, but it doesn't end there. Let's take a look at some of the new skills we've added.
Yeah.
Now you may remember we previously talked about the Raised Spectre skill. It's finally complete, and it will be made available in the upcoming expansion. It can be found in the
Dude.
occult skills on the skill gem crafting panel.
Dude.
Raised Spectre is a skill that allows you to trap the soul of almost any monster in the game, which you can then
Okay.
summon in a
Then
skill
what?
panel. Spectres cost spirit and will revive automatically if they die, but the spirit cost varies based on the power of the monster. You could summon an army of weaker monsters, or a few of the more powerful monsters.
Oh, you can get
Oh,
the
Combine them with your existing
shit.
fucking
skeleton minions,
Triceratops.
or summon exclusively Spectres. It's all up to you and how you want to customize your army of the undead.
Dude.
What?
Given that there are hundreds
Finally.
upon hundreds of monster
Dude.
variants in Path of Exile 2, it's safe to say you'll be experimenting with this one for a while.
Can we use the
We look
fat
forward to
boys to
seeing which
blow
monsters
up?
serve you best.
Do they blow up?
Now let's move on to our next skill. Since we've been talking about summoning undead so much, let's have a change of pace and summon something a little more alive.
Can you stack that with
In
Infernal
Dawn of the Hunt,
Legion?
we're adding the Summon Rower skill. Summon your friendly rower to aid you in combat as a minion. You can also mount your rower in combat at any time, allowing you to move at full speed even while shooting arrows or throwing spears. Be wary though, if you
Alright,
take too much
yeah.
damage while riding your mount, you can be knocked off and get overwhelmed. It's worth keeping an eye on your stagger bar, as falling off the mount can mean almost certain death. On the topic of new ways to enhance your character, let's talk about support gems. Support gems are used to modify your skill gems in meaningful and interesting ways. Currently, we feel that
Yeah.
a lot of builds have insufficient options here. To alleviate
Yeah.
this,
I agree.
we're adding
Yeah.
over 100 new support gems.
Oh.
Hema crystals will enable a new kind of bleed build, turning the damage over time you would have done into explosive Vile crystals. Alignment is a support
What?
gem for bow attacks, which can reward skilled players with good positional skills. Caltrops will allow you to litter the battlefield with hazards, slowing your foes as you
Caltrop.
flank spears through their ranks. But there's plenty more for every playstyle, such as
Oh my
Enormity,
god. Minions.
Unsteady Tempo,
Wait, so you can make the fat boys fatter?
Profanity,
Consume a corpse?
Retaliate,
That's what I've been wanting.
Syzygy. Yep, that's a real word.
Wait, that's it.
And many more.
What?
Boys.
You
About
get a
new class,
counter?
I
new
don't know what
ascendancy
to do.
classes, new skills, and new support gems. But let's not forget about the core of a true action RPG, the items.
Do I play the tank?
To start with, let's talk
Or
about
do I
unique
play
items.
Necromancer?
We're adding over 100 new unique items.
I'm playing the
This time, we've
fucking.
made sure to add uniques
Dude,
with a focus
I'm playing
on
the
mid and in-game
Amazon.
tools to
Okay,
make
that's
sure there
so
are more
badass.
exciting items to find
I want
for
that.
higher level characters.
Let
Let's
me-
look at some examples.
Okay, let's look at the uniques.
Embrace your inner devil with Chernobog's Pillar. It grants you a large amount of fire damage based on your block chance.
That's
The
insane.
Coming
I might-
Calamity allows you to become a true master of the elements, granting you all 3 Elemental Herald skills without costing any spirit. At the same time, it penalizes enemy resistances.
Is that going to replace that really good
Waste
body
Gate
armor,
is a
though?
belt useful for builds using a single resource like Blood Magic or Archmage builds.
Okay.
With this belt, you can use 2 life flasks or 2 mana flasks. It's up to you. Now, we could go
That's-
through these all day, but we'll leave most of them for you to discover. Suffice to say, though, we want there to be way
Dude.
more cool things to find.
Dude, that's so cool.
Over time, our goal is to add a unique to every single base item type at a minimum, so that you can chance any base in the game.
Yeah,
Now,
that'd be really cool.
given that we have the Huntress, we have a set of unique spears from early game all the way through the end game as well. One example is Scyther's Spear, which combines bleed and
Here
fire
we
in
go.
a powerful way.
This is gonna be my
It
new
allows your knights
character.
to be aggravated, dealing substantially more damage.
Right.
We're also introducing a suite of unique bucklers with some interesting parry mechanics. Kalgyra's Arc, for example, allows you
Does
to
it
parry
reflect?
projectiles from any distance. And we're also adding our first unique
Dude,
charms.
they have to make it reflect.
Bayra's Anguish will not only protect you from Ignite, but will also emit a devastating Fire Nova whenever you do get ignited.
In some, there's just a ton of new uniques to find. We can't wait to see the weird and broken builds that come out of it.
Now, we also want to talk about crafting options. In each major update during early access, we'll be continuing to add and improve the options here. We have various new crafting tools that have been added as rewards to many of the different types of new content that we're adding. But for now, I just want to mention the changes to runes. Runes add commonly available mods, but since they only have one tier, flat damage mods tend to get outclassed by in-game.
Yeah.
So we've changed runes to have multiple tiers, allowing you to get higher tier mods than before.
Our plan is to significantly expand the number of specialized mods for crafting using socketables as we add new content over time.
Okay.
And the first new set of those comes from what we're talking about next.
In Dawn of the Hunt, we're adding Asmarian Wisps, which can be found throughout both the campaign and the endgame.
They make everything harder, right?
The Asmari spirit has made itself present in Rayclast, and it appears to be trying to warn, or maybe prepare us for the coming darkness. You will first encounter a manifestation of it in the Grellwood in Act 1, where you'll meet Delwyn, an Asmari hunter who is trying to find out what exactly is causing the spirit to behave this way. As you approach the Wisp, it will flee, leading you past monsters.
I didn't get too deep into it.
Any monsters it comes into contact with are infused by it, making them more powerful. Each spirit is associated with a specific revered animal within Asmari culture. This one is a Wisp of the Great Bear, and grants enemies extra life and stun.
They're unbearable.
The Wisp moves faster the closer you are, and as you move away, they slow down to wait for you. If you get too far away for too long, they'll dissipate and return to the woods.
This is really good that they,
As you continue to chase the Wisp, it will find and possess a rare or unique monster, granting it a new powerful ability.
50%.
Because this was a Wisp of the Great Bear, this monster now also has increased life and stun. But on top of that, it will periodically summon a large spectral bear that slams with wild fury.
I think it's too
If you're able to defeat this foe, you will be rewarded. For each monster that was infused and killed along the way, the rewards will be increased. Each Wisp has its own mechanics. The Wisp of the Winter Owl is a primal Wisp that causes enemies to deal extra cold damage, gain energy shield, and release wind vortices on deck.
I might have to play this.
When infusing a monster,
I'm doing this.
Wait, what?
The Wisp of the Wild Cat is a vivid Wisp that causes affected monsters to deal more critical strikes and become more evasive.
Damn.
When it infuses a monster, it will summon a barrage of feline spirits.
Bro, this guy's got Xerxes' army behind him.
Yeah, he does.
You may even find sacred Wisps that can do some pretty crazy things to the monsters they influence. Like the Wisp of the Cunning Fox, which turns normal monsters into magics, magic monsters into rares, and
I like
rare
that
monsters into
lightning
actual
staff.
bosses.
A lightning spear.
Asmarian Wisps can drop a new set of socketable items that allow you to craft a wide range of interesting new mods onto your items. Each one may only be used on a specific item slot.
What the fuck?
As mentioned,
What the fuck?
Asmarian Wisps
That
can
is
be
so
encountered
good.
throughout the game. But there's also a new endgame map called the Asmari Ranges, a mountain village where the Asmari once lived, now overrun with corrupt monsters. This map always has multiple Asmarian Wisps in it, and familiar, yet not quite the same boss fight.
Okay.
Asmarian Wisps can also be further modified by the endgame Atlas tree as well, and by tablets.
I feel like this might be the new, remember that thing where like all
I'm
the
not going to
mobs
be the one
in
talking about those
Expedition
things. In
are
order
blue?
to cover all the new content in in-game, I'm going to hand things over to Mark.
Hi,
Mark.
I'm Mark Roberts, Game
was
Director on Path
broken.
of Exile 2. There's a ton to talk about with the endgame today, so let's dig right in.
This is what I got
Path
bored
of Exile 2's early
Incursion.
access began with a brand new endgame, and it was clear that it needed a lot
Incursion.
of work.
Not Expedition.
After
Yeah,
absorbing
it
your
did.
feedback,
Yes.
we're ready to make some epic changes.
Okay, what are they? What are the epic
The
changes?
first thing is, we just need a lot more content. In Dawn of the Hunt, we have made sure to focus on increasing the sheer number of interesting and different encounters you will randomly stumble into as you explore the endgame.
Yeah.
And the second goal is to smoothen the progression through maps.
Yeah.
And reduce the amount of annoying busy work. To start with, let's talk about the new interesting stuff to find. Well, the most obvious thing to add are new maps. As well as the Asmari Ranges that Jonathan mentioned earlier,
Nice.
Dawn of the Hunt also contains 7 other new maps.
That's crazy, wow.
All with their
Okay.
own custom encounters. Let's start with this one.
The Pharaoh
cooking.
Megaliths map starts off in the wild Ezomite forests. As you progress through the forest, you will find
it's like
mysterious
that thing in Act
rune-carved
1.
stones that, when touched, surge with energy. After activating all the stones, you can find a grand henge, where all the energy is coalescing. You can then start an encounter. the area darkens, a storm moves in, and a concentration of energy summons a dangerous
You
boss.
summon a boss.
You
Thank
must fight
goodness.
and defeat the boss to
Finally.
get its rewards. Once you have defeated it, summon another. And another. And another. And another.
What?
You have 10 total waves of boss fights which get incrementally more difficult. If you manage to defeat them, you get full boss rewards, but also opportunities to get new runes. These can only be obtained from this map. The Fractured Lake contains a surreal waterscape with fractured mirror-like objects. As you move around the map, the terrain itself elevates from below, creating the ground you walk on. In this unique map, all the rare monsters are mirrored, so you're always fighting two of the same rare at the same time, which can prove quite difficult.
Oh my god.
If you manage to overcome that challenge and make it to the end of the map, you'll be presented with a broken mirror, a powerful altar-like object that contains an item within it. The item contained within is a new base type, either an amulet or a ring, that can be crafted to have additional prefixes or suffixes at the cost of the other.
Oh my god.
The last unique map we'll show today is one based around the essence mechanic.
Oh,
You enter a crystalline cavern, and you will find a powerful map boss imprisoned in the center. It is surrounded by many rare monsters, also imprisoned in essences. By freeing and defeating the rare monsters, the essence they held will be upgraded to a greater essence, and be added to the imprisoned map boss. How brave are you? How many essences will you add to the boss? Overdo it, and you might lose everything. Underdo it, and you might regret it. It's your choice.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Speaking of essences, alongside visual improvements, you're now able to apply Varlorbs to corrupt the essences with a range of unpredictable outcomes.
I wish they added more
increase the
Varlorbs
number of
into the game.
essences, re-roll all the essences to the same type, or even upgrade the essences to greater essences. What if they're already greater essences? Well, it can upgrade those too. We have 4
Essence
new
of
corrupted
Insanity.
essences. Essence of Hysteria, Delirium, Horror, and Insanity.
Oh, this is in PoE 1.
Each corrupted essence has its own interesting combat mechanics.
Yeah.
For example, the essence of Insanity causes you to question even your own mind, as monsters split into shadowy clones, and you must locate the real one before a devastating icy explosion freezes everything around it. Each of these has their own crafting outcomes. The essence of Insanity can be applied to a belt. It adds a mod that will ensure the next Varlorb used on the belt will guarantee adding 2 enchantments.
What?
It's worth noting, all the essences in the unique map can also be corrupted too, if you're willing to risk it. It's worth noting we have also added 10 extra Atlas passive points you can earn by completing 5 different unique maps.
Holy
Now, new
shit.
maps are just the beginning. We had a goal where we wanted to make sure
This
you were
is
constantly
crazy.
finding exciting new content, and that it could be lurking around any corner. So, we have added a bunch of new things that you could stumble into in any map you run.
Yeah.
On your travels, you will sometimes encounter rogue exiles. Others
Dude,
like
yeah.
you who have been exiled and are openly hostile. Some are malicious, some are mad, while others are simply fiends for loot.
Yeah, this is the
They
first
will
big
challenge
patch they added in
you, a
PoE
fight
1.
to the death.
Like in
They use the
2013
same skills
or
available
14.
to players, and even the same items.
Yep.
They aren't just dressed up in those items, they're actually using them. It's going to feel like a true player versus player situation.
Yeah, they're like invasions.
Of course, if you are able to slay
In-
these
in, like, Elden
exiles,
Ring.
those items will all drop on the ground. So if you encounter an exile using a powerful or valuable unique item, which
so
you
it
can
has-
see displayed under their life
Whoa,
bar,
yeah.
you want to be damn sure you kill them. Because if they kill you and your party, they'll portal out, taking their items with them.
Oh.
Every fight will feel completely different depending on the items they come equipped with.
That is...
These exiles are much
Damn.
smarter than your regular monster.
Shit.
They have capabilities to
Shit.
dodge roll, avoid your abilities with smart pathfinding, smart targeting, and much more action-packed gameplay.
Oh.
They're
Damn.
like you, and they're not super durable. Unless, of course, they're wearing uniques like Helm's Heart, in which case, expect a longer battle. There are 12 different
Okay.
rogue exiles you can find, each with their own skills and personalities. Some may insult you, while others may admire your honor in combat.
Another encounter you might
Damn.
stumble onto in Dawn of the Hunt are one of 4 new unique strongboxes.
Strongboxes are chests with modifiers.
Yeah.
When you try to open them, they activate traps and spawn waves of monsters that you must defeat to access the loot. Let's take a look at 2 of the new unique boxes that are harder to find and behave just a little bit differently.
Okay, let's see it.
The Ogham's Legacy Strongbox has a corpse splayed out in front of the rune-carved stone. Upon interacting with the stone, you activate Forbidden Ezomite magic, which revives the monster as a powerful rare.
Okay.
The Strongbox comes with a modifier, which determines how many times it will revive that rare.
Pretty easy.
Damn.
Each time you defeat the monstrosity,
harder?
the Strongbox revives it again, adding an extra modifier to the monster.
Oh.
With each resurrection, it becomes
shit.
more difficult, but also more rewarding.
Okay.
This Strongbox is infused with Thaumaturgy from
31
Ancient File
packs?
technology. Eshell's Torment has a powerful artifact inside, and is guarded by Chaos itself.
Dude.
Defeating the monsters will grant you a unique item, with a specific corrupted outcome. You'll have to find the other 2 for yourself to see what they do. Now, let's talk about the introduction to the endgame. Upon starting the endgame, Doriani tasks you with cleansing corruption to help restore the land. However, in practice, the quest objective just sent you on a grind to clear 15 maps.
Yeah,
We wanted to make the quest to unlock your Atlas passives much more interesting.
Okay.
Now, Doriani is tasking you with a more specific objective. On the Atlas, you will find areas of corruption caused by the beast.
Okay.
In the center of each one, you will find a corrupted nexus, the source of the affliction. In the areas leading up to the nexus, you will notice that corruption spills out from slain enemies and amalgamates into powerful monsters. Corrupted maps existed on the Atlas before, but we've done significant work on improving these monsters. We've also done a full pass on the modifiers on these maps to make them more interesting and more rewarding.
Okay, good, yeah.
Once you reach the Nexus, you'll have a new task. Cleanse the source of corruption.
Dude, being
When
on a
you
mountain
defeat
is
the
so
last
cool.
rare in those maps, they will spawn one of 3 terrifying bosses.
Oh, he's from PoE 1.
Amalgamations of corruption itself.
This guy was such a
After
dick
defeating
sucker.
that boss, Doriani will come and cleanse the corruption for good.
That's really
As
cool.
the remains of the boss are purged of corruption, it coalesces into raw crystallized power, which you can use to gain points for your Atlas passive skill tree.
Yeah, this is way better.
The upgrade system that allows you to add and enhance content in your maps.
This is way better.
We didn't stop there though. When you complete a corrupted nexus, all of the remaining surrounding corrupted maps will become cleansed maps. Cleansed maps also have new monsters,
Okay.
a new boss,
Wait, what?
and their own set of modifiers and rewards,
So they're adding...
including finding
God.
fracturing orbs by slaying
They're
cleansed
adding a
enemies.
boss to each map.
A fracturing
These orbs can be used in crafting on a rare item to cause one of its modifiers to become fractured. A fractured modifier is one that cannot be modified by any means. You are able to freely modify the item, ensuring the fractured modifier will never change. If you get the right item with the right mod, it can prove to be a very powerful crafting base indeed. You must now choose.
Damn.
Do you complete all the corrupted maps and then the Nexus?
Oh my god.
Or maybe you beeline to the Nexus, complete it, and
then
do
do
all
all
the
the bosses.
remaining maps cleansed.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
Both have rewards to entice you and challenges to assess.
Yeah, because then you fight more bosses.
Now, let's have a talk about towers. One
Yeah,
thing
people
we've
didn't
had
like
a
the
lot of
towers.
feedback on is the busy work around running
Yep.
towers and managing your tablets.
Yeah. It's annoying.
The first change we've made here is that we have reduced the number of towers drastically. So there are now 1/3 as many as before,
Oh, wow.
but we've made them much more powerful.
Oh, what?
To start with, tablets now inherently add twice as many mechanics. But that's not all. Running higher tier maps and towers now increases the number of mechanics applied by tablets. By tier 15, the bonus is double, allowing a single tablet to now add 4 times as many mechanics as before. So, we're running
These are
far fewer
Elon's
towers,
maps. Yeah.
dealing with fewer tablets, and affecting even more maps than before. But because there are fewer towers overlapping with each other, you won't get as many opportunities to stack different tablets. In order to solve this, we've made it so that each tower can consume up to 3 tablets at once.
Okay.
You always get 1 slot on completing the tower, but if you can complete a tower with more mods on the waystone, you can unlock a 2nd or 3rd slot.
Damn.
Overall, this allows for even more juicing from towers,
So
while
it's like
drastically
meta
reducing
level
the amount of
progression.
busy work you have to do.
Oh my
On
god.
top of that, towers are much more interesting maps because they can now spawn with all mechanics, including bosses. Each tower map has a new boss. Let's take a look at a couple here. The boss fight of the Alpine Ridge map has 2 powerful witches contesting for territory.
Yeah, we've been waiting
One
on
witch
this
has
for
an
a bit.
affinity for ice, the other
Damn.
fire. Who will win? Hopefully neither. The boss of the Sinking Spire map is a remnant of the Val that has been charged with the lightning. It uses a full suite of lightning abilities. But be careful. If any of them hit the surrounding constructs, they will power up. Another thing that we've seen a lot of feedback about is sustaining waystones.
Yeah.
As we looked into it, we realized that the people who couldn't sustain waystones were dying a lot.
Yeah.
A lot more than we had expected.
Please change
and
this.
that made us realize something. During the campaign, the expectation is that you can die multiple times in order to learn how to overcome challenges.
They're doing
You are able
Yes.
to learn
They're
how the
doing it.
monsters
Yes.
behave, adapt to their skills,
Yes.
and eventually overcome
Yep,
them.
they're gonna do it.
But as soon as you get to the end game, you're
It
effectively
changes.
no longer allowed to die
Finally.
if you want to sustain waystones.
Thank God.
By the time you're getting
Yes.
towards the end of endgame,
Yes.
we want you to have to be careful not to die. But it certainly shouldn't be that we have such a sudden shift as you run your first maps.
Yeah.
The first change we're making is you can now respawn and return to a map if you die. Continuing from where you left off.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
How hard
When
was
you start
that?
the end
Yes.
game, you get up to
Thank
6 total attempts per map.
Great.
As you add
Finally.
more modifiers to a waystone, the number of respawns goes down.
Oh, fuck.
This means that as you get to the point that you're running every waystone as a rare, you will have to be more careful.
Oh, shit.
But then you take it
still
away
think we should
In
anyway.
parties,
I think it
everyone
should
gets
give
to
you 6 portals
respawn
for
that
everything.
number of times.
Yeah.
But we still think it's important that you can kill a boss in one go. In order to allow that to happen, we've made a change so that once you start the boss fight, it changes over to the same respawning system we use for pinnacle bosses.
Oh.
This means that the map owner can choose to respawn everyone at the same time.
Okay.
Another complaint we've seen a lot of is players not wanting to do the pinnacle content because of the experience penalty from dying.
Yeah. Yeah.
The change
Yeah.
we've made here is that all pinnacle content now no longer grants experience, but also no longer removes experience on death either.
Damn.
Dawn of the Hunt also brings the first
Damn.
batch of Twilight Order reliquary
Nice.
keys from the early access supporter packs.
Dude.
These keys
they're
contain
listening.
items selected by our supporters. They can contain any unique item found in Path of Exile 2. If the selected item is a pinnacle boss drop, then only special keys dropped by this content will be able to provide these items.
Okay.
For example, Hand of Wisdom in action can only come from a key dropped by Zesht.
I've only opened a few of these.
We're also making a change that allows
You
pinnacle
gotta be
boss
a
uniques to drop in any
fucking-
difficulty.
You gotta
Rarer
buy the
uniques will be
fucking
rarer in lower
$200
difficulties,
edition to do
but still
that.
possible to find.
That's a good idea, probably.
This applies to the drop chances for the reliquary keys from this content as well.
That way casuals have like something to look forward
We
to.
spoke about
get
towers and
excited about.
tablets earlier, but we have also added a suite of unique tablets. Each of these adds crazy interactions to the maps influenced by it. For example, this unique tablet allows you
All
to run
maps can
any
be
map
accessed.
in a tower's radius without requiring connections, which can
That's
be quite
useful.
useful for jumping
Yeah.
gaps and traveling around your atlas.
Okay.
And this tablet causes all runic monsters spawned during expedition encounters to be duplicated, and weakens all expedition monsters that emerge from the ground. The Atlas tree has also been expanded, and you can find many of the new
Oh my
mechanics
god.
there, and improvements to existing ones too. Now, through this live stream, we have mentioned quite a few new crafting options that we've added. New runes, corrupted essences, fractured mods, and jewelry crafting bases. But we did have just one more crafting system to talk about.
Uh-oh.
Recombination. Expedition was the only in-game
Yeah,
mechanic
yeah.
that was lacking a crafting system, so that needed to change. Recombination is a mechanic that might be familiar to some players.
Yeah, where it puts them
It
together.
allows you to merge two items together,
Oh,
hoping to get the best elements
yeah.
of each on a single new item.
Yeah.
This
Oh.
new crafting bench will be unlocked as you complete your first expedition,
Damn.
and requires artifacts found during expeditions to fuel it.
That's
The
good.
rarer the mods on the item you are combining, the more expensive the cost.
Damn.
That wraps up all the major in-game changes
Oh
we're
my
talking
God,
about today.
man.
With all the system changes and new content,
my
we
God.
can't wait to get in there, start blasting maps, and obliterating monsters.
This owns
There's
Diablo?
one more thing we wanted to clarify before we move on, which is that all the content we've talked about today will be made available in the existing early access leagues, so you can play your existing characters. However, there will be new leagues made for those who wish to start in a fresh economy.
Man.
It is recommended to start over and get the full new experience in
Man.
the Dawn of the Hunt leagues.
That's what I'm gonna
For all our
do.
existing early access players, we're really looking forward to joining you playing in this new update. For those who don't already have access and are interested in playing Path of Exile 2, Dawn of the Hunt, you are able to at any time purchase an early access supporter pack at www.pathofexile2.com.
I already bought it.
Additionally, the Paladin and Penance supporter
Yeah.
packs are now available to purchase in Path of Exile 2 and contain 6 microtransactions each
The fourth-
and
I-
the full
yeah,
pack's
I
face
did.
value in points. All the
I even
microtransactions
bought it for
contained
some other
within these
people, too.
packs are purely cosmetic and do not affect your character's power or progression in any way. Thank you so much for your ongoing support.
Yep.
We're just about to start the Q&A with Ziggy D. With release at the end of next week, our community team will be posting crucial information you'll need for the release.
Man.
Keep an eye on the news.
Man.
On release weekend, we expect to launch the new mystery box and many new microtransactions.
Of course.
Including Path of Exile 2's first alternate skill effects. Thanks for joining us today and checking out our latest developments. We're looking forward to playing the Huntress, trying new builds, and exploring the new in-game next week. We'll begin the Q&A shortly, so please get your questions ready.
Okay. I usually don't watch the Q&As, but I'll give a little bit of feedback. I feel like I feel like I am being I feel like I'm the target audience, you know? I definitely feel like I'm the target audience for this. This is insane.
Pretty
man.
lit. Everything but the fucking we need more revives. I want to be able to revive
This is nuts.
my buddies. Honestly.
Exceeding my expectations, particularly in crafting. But on that note, we're joined
Make
here
a
by
different
Jonathan
fucking game
and
mode.
Mark to talk
I don't
about
give a
all that we've seen
fuck.
today and
Yeah.
more in the future of Path of
This
Exile
is
2.
crazy.
And you had an update about the
What do you guys think?
Yes, that's
first,
right.
so-
That's right.
1
Yeah,
out of
so
10
We actually last
rating
night had a
for
bit of
the
a design
event.
session and realized that we weren't
What do y'all
actually
think?
fully happy with the way that recombination worked. So we
10?
actually made
Yeah,
quite
it's
a
like
big
a 9 or a
change to
10.
it, which wasn't reflected in that video, obviously. Which is basically that
Oh my
we sort
God.
of wanted to give a bit more control to the player over how.
Yeah,
the
this
combination works.
is insane.
And we also kind of weren't really happy about the fact
I
that
didn't expect it to go this
recombinations
hard.
is something that like
I had
kind of
no
matters
idea.
a lot for really ultra in-game players.
Well, I
but
really
it wasn't something that was really mattering a lot.
Louder?
for, like,
I can't.
People who effectively got access. to the
This sounds
feature at
fucked.
the start.
See,
So we've actually changed it now so that the way it works is that you pick which.
They still
mods
have
you
it turned
want
up on the thing.
on the
9 because they
item
keep the
from
towers.
each item. And then it gives you a percentage chance of
Man.
success based on the number you pick. So
Oh,
if you pick
man.
just like one from one and one from the other,
I wanna play
then
PoE for
the
a little bit,
chance
so much
is,
quality of life,
much
yeah.
higher. But if you pick like if you pick 6 mods, it'll become practically impossible. So effectively, you know, like the more you're wanting to design
Yeah,
the
yeah.
item, the less of a chance of actually having success. So it means that if you just want to get like a
Dude,
mod,
this
you want to get
is-
an item
this
with
is
like okay,
crazy.
these 2 mods that I found off the ground, that's you know, relatively easy. If you want to get an item which has, you know, all of them, then very hard. So we think that's a much better design because it means
Little
you can kind of,
probability rolling,
use
yeah.
The recombinators actually become something that you can use even from a relatively from the first point you get them.
So what's
but
how's
there's still this
Diablo
kind of
4
in-game,
doing?
like, you know, like for perfect stuff, you might still be able to do it.
How are they doing?
With more? It is kind of balanced though, so that like if you pick literally all 6, then it's going to be like incredibly low to the point of like don't even try that. But you know, like 4 mods might be a good thing to sort of be striving for, that kind of thing, and then exalt the other 2, that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's kind of the new design of that. So hopefully that'll be in by the time Zero Two comes out. We're gonna we've kind of got a plan for doing
Man.
that. But yeah, like I
Check
think
Steam
it's a much
player
better
count?
design than what we had before for recombinators.
If it's not there for O2O, it'll be
Yeah,
as
very
soon as
soon.
it can afterwards.
Very
But
soon,
yeah, you know, spur of the moment, night before the live stream design sessions.
Yeah.
But
Been a few of those.
increased player agency and visibility
Sorry,
into
sorry.
the success result is just a win. And honestly, it took way too long to
It was turned
get to
down.
the point of us actually going, "Oh, this is just straight up better to have observability into that and the freedom of choice." So.
Sure.
Yeah, that's the thing. Recombination definitely felt like something that was both really high.
Yeah,
end
it
in terms of
it
crafting
still
that
has
it
people
was
playing, but people are
intended
waiting
for,
for
but
new
also
shit.
Just even
That's the
understanding
thing.
it. This seems much more intuitive.
Everybody
Yes.
played. Everybody
You just
played the
take what you
game.
the
want.
mods you want.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly, exactly.
So it does sound like it's a little bit of a nerf for the very high end of crafting, though.
It might end up being, but I'm not like it sort of depends on how the numbers come out. Like because we only just designed this, we need to still work out like exactly how the numbers end up looking. But I mean, look, we have to make sure. Obviously, whenever we're designing any crafting system, we have to be really sure that we're not like screwing over finding stuff on the ground. So you know, you have to sort of have that balance, and that's so that kind of informs everything we do with crafting usually.
One difference here, though, of course, is if the
that.
success chance fails,
Yeah.
both
items just
both
deleted,
items
yeah.
are destroyed as opposed
They're
to
adding a new
always
class.
keeping
Yeah,
one.
they are.
Yeah, yeah.
So
okay.
So it's
Whether
basically
or
percent
not
chance
that's
for success, and if it fails, item's gone. So
What,
yeah.
roughly, what do you think you try to pitch just choosing 2 mods at? Like,
It depends on what mods you're selecting, but I'm kind of thinking kind of like 35%-ish kind of thing for like 2 normal mods, that kind of thing.
For them both
like
to
for them
go
both,
over?
yeah, for them both.
Was it top 5
if you
most
pick 2,
concurrent?
Yeah.
and then but we'll
it
see.
kind of depends. Again,
It kind of depends. We'll see how we
higher,
have to do
higher
some
tier
mathing.
mods are rare, and
Yeah, exactly. So it sort of
it
depends on the
also
situation.
the other thing is it's going to now have a fixed cost, so it's not going to
It's top.
Yeah.
It's
You know,
17.
And the idea is
Dollar
like
based on
and the idea is like doing a single expedition should be enough to do a
Yeah,
rejuvenation.
578K.
So you're going to be
That's a
doing
lot.
them like relatively often as you're doing expeditions.
so is the part of Expedition where you get to craft with the NPCs
This is like a lot of the
still-
like nuances and everything. Like I'll probably just go back and look at the rest of this later on. But like because this is gonna go on for a while where they're talking about like all the specifics, and so I want to talk a little bit about like kind of like all the updates and everything of like what happened. So basically, this update, like I didn't know this update was gonna be as big as it was. I didn't think it was.
Yeah,
gonna
I
be
wasn't
like this. I thought it was
ready
just
for
gonna be, like,
anything.
them saying like, yeah, we're gonna add in like maybe one new thing or whatever. This was a huge
But
amount
the
of stuff
end
that they
game
added
still
in.
isn't
Like, I did
on
not expect
point.
that at all. And it's insane. 100 new passives, 100 new abilities. Like, what the fuck? Like,
Right?
I mean, that's
What the
insane.
fuck, dude?
100 new supports gems is huge. Yeah, it is. Like, it's absolutely crazy that they're adding that much stuff in, right? And so, anyway, what class am I playing? I think I'm gonna play. I don't know. Like, I legitimately do not know what.
I don't know.
Like, I have no idea. I haven't decided. Like, new weapons, I don't think they're adding in new weapons. Well, they are. They're adding in the spear. So, I don't know who else is going to be able to use the spear, but we'll see. The 3 rings on the Huntress sounds insane. Yeah, it does. That sounds really, really, really good. So, yeah, are you starting a new guy? I don't know yet. I'm going to have to look and see, like, what the details are and decide from there. But I'll tell you this. This update has been absolutely insane. Am I going to go back and play this now that it's come out? Or that it's coming out? I absolutely will. This is much exceeding my expectations. I
Yeah,
didn't expect
I'm
to see it
playing this
anywhere
shit
near
for
this.
sure, dude.
But yeah, it was insanely fucking good, man. Carl,
I
Warsong's
was
on
not
MSNBC to defend.
expecting that whatsoever. Right now, I feel like we need to get back to a drug dealing business. I said it. Scheduled 1. And this is just the free sampler. I'm probably gonna buy this shit. This shit is fun. like this. Jars. Beautiful, mate. Alright, let's go out and make that money. I know where this is at. The old drug dealer and see what's going on with him. Damn cop. Give me the money. I'm rolling in it now. Fucking chomp. Get off my dick. Secondary setup. I still gotta put fucking dirt in them. I'm just gonna buy this game. This is so fun. Just gotta get some dirt. They're right in front of me. Pay off that debt. Pay off the rest of my debt. what everybody wants. Alright, let's go get set up. I am set up. Oh, I got a fuck ton. Shit. Oh, let's go make this money first. Okay. Right behind me. This one's across town. across town. Fuck out of my way, punk. It drops over there by the taco. Alright, let's sleep it out. I'll take this to the next house. Look at the efficiency. Alright, I gotta pick up bags and stuff. Jars and baggies. We're getting the 15K golden skateboard. That's the goal. Keep me going. Taco place. Making big money, boy. All right. Easy money. Taking candy from a baby. Almost to that golden skateboard. Oh. Darn quick. Like 3 bags of soil. Gallon. Got a little perp skirt. Too long. I need a fuck ton of baggies. That's what I really need. Easy money. Dude, I gotta order more seedlings. I better get more baggies, more seedlings. Easiest deal of my life. On location, let's go. Got just enough. I'm gonna bag all this bullshit up. Already. So much of this shit. They're offloading it to my dude. Damn, he's always out. So, the golden board. It's a deal. Holy shit. Damn, bro, we cruising in here. Fuck your cop car. Alright, we did it. We got the golden board. We basically 100%ed the game. The demo, that is. I will catch y'all. Actually, no, it's only 10 a.m. What else can we do, though, bro? What do it do? See if I can't just get some money, some free money, just by letting her sit. At least.
What's up, homie? Look who it is!
Why isn't it showing my money? I could plug it in here.
you doing?
$0. Let this game sit. Let her sit. We get that free money, boy. We get this and the bunker. Ooh, I'm dealing with a mill already. Actually, I should go upgrade this fucking base. While I'm at it.
Here's where you book the talent. Any DJs Dave is talking to will show up here. Then you can choose who you want in residence.
Upgrade.
Solomon is killing it up there right now, but if you feel like you need to freshen things up, there are some options. This is the upgrades page. Improve security or modernize some of the equipment downstairs. Whatever you need to increase productivity.
Staff upgrade.
Remember, I didn't know any of this was going on.
I need this. High quality equipment. New productivity of your warehouse. Can't afford it. This takes ridiculous long time. Okay, just blew some money there, but it's all in good faith. Fuck it, really. Honestly, we got it. Drop that last mill. Here we go.
Releases that they've made.
Continue this
Almost
for a
every
little
single
bit.
one of these games is a piece of shit. They're all pieces of shit that nobody plays. That's all it comes down to. Like, and even if you think that they're good, they're not good enough. These games are not popular enough to have to run a massive studio like this. It's just not going to happen, man. Yeah. I don't care. We're talking about Jesus now, bro. Well, I mean, that's what I was saying. I was talking about myself. And anyway, so Caesar was the first one to get canceled. Is that it? We need to talk about the Greek situation. There's somebody spamming. I don't know about what we doing spamming. What's going on, Greek Warrior? I saw Greek. I saw you got banned. I did. You got banned on WoW. But then somebody else said you were buying gold, and so like I don't know what the fuck happened. That's why like I saw your situation. I just didn't know the details of it. That's why I haven't covered it yet. But like if you want to like if somebody wants to send me like his whole situation, then I'd be down to look at it and see, because I like the guy, right? He's like a S-Fan if S-Fan played a warrior instead of a paladin, you know? And that's it. The ego, the most humble streamer? Yeah, I know. And anyway, Caesar came after Jesus. I guess so. But I know everything. Well, I'm trying to look at this right now, at least for now. So the point that I'm making is that you've got this whole situation going on, and look at the Avowed player count. Well, who cares? I mean, it's not the same studio. Too many bad releases. Too many bad releases. And again, guys, I want to emphasize this. The success of Assassin's Creed Shadows, or the lack of success of Assassin's Creed Shadows, in my opinion, I don't think Assassin's Creed Shadows met their expectations. I don't. I think that they probably had even higher expectations for the game, and it did not meet them. That's it. And so it's a swing and a miss. Yeah, now it probably did well, and it's not like this is going to be a Concord. It's not like it's going to be a Immortals of Avenum, like massive failure game that nobody plays and it causes the company to fall apart. But again, the reason why this is happening is time and time again, they've released bad games and they've run out of time. And they had to sell a huge portion of the company to China, and they had to compromise all of their IPs and basically sell them to China. There it is. I'll go back and I'll read a few comments here, and we'll look at it. They had their chance. It's sad they failed because they're too DEI to make a good game nowadays. Well, the good thing that you can keep in mind is that all of those people are probably going to get immediately fired by China, and it's going to be totally over. So, yeah. And, what's this here? Now China is going to make games for me. The chuds. Bro. He's not wrong. Yep. And the thing is that, and I also want to talk about an element of this that I think is really important, is that you have a lot of people on Twitter who like to virtue signal about how much fun they're having playing Assassin's Creed Shadows, etc., and like how good the game is. Looking at the graphs, it sure seems like, and looking at the amount of people that are actually playing the game and watching content about the game, it's basically nobody. Like, I know that at least for like my my audience, like, yeah, people all wanted to watch like the first and second day, but then people got pretty tired of it fast because it was the same content over and over. So that's it. They were running defense for Assassin's Creed like this? Yeah, they were. They were running defense for a very long time, and they were completely in the wrong for it. They were. And the problem, and I think that what's disappointing about this, is that a lot of these people don't understand that what they were doing is they were enabling a company to make decisions that are going to cause the loss of thousands of people's jobs. When I'm calling out these things that these companies are doing and I'm saying this isn't good, they should be thanking me. They should be saying thank you for telling us this because we didn't know this and we can't figure it out. Most of us hate watched it. Yes, exactly. And so all of the people that were trying to run defense for Ubisoft and protect them from the chuds and everything, I want to let them know that you are responsible for this company having to lay off. This company will probably lay off over 10,000 people collectively, right? Or at least like restructure them in a way that's not advantageous. That's probably what's going to happen. This is going to be a massive fucking rapture at this company. And they caused this because they're too caught up in their own identity politics and their own worldview in order to see common sense. And that's what's happened. These people have totally fucking lost their minds. They're defending things that are just retarded, and they can't read graphs. They don't understand numbers, and they've totally fucked everything up. They watch them give all the jobs to Chinese people. So what do you think the probability is that Tencent is going to restructure Ubisoft in a way that gets rid of the people in the Western studios and hires people in the Chinese studios? Oh, God. What are the odds of that? I think probably about 100%. Yeah, pretty much 100%. Yeah, it happened. It's going to happen, I mean. Yeah, it's going to happen. And what did you think of Assassin's Creed Shadows? Well, I thought it was a 6. It was a 6. Maybe it's a 7. Maybe it's a 5 for you. If you're a big fan of Assassin's Creed, it's either a 4 or an 8, maybe. You know, like if you really are happy or you're really not happy, etc. But I thought it was a 6. That's my opinion. And as somebody who's a virgin to the series, I've never played an Assassin's Creed game before. I just came in with relatively no expectations, or at least as much of an open mind as I could be. And, you know, I'd say it's a 6. Anyway. Huh? Virgin? No, I'm just saying, right? I mean, oh, you're talking about video games. Oh, no, I'd played Assassin's Creed before. No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, my point is that this is of no surprise to anyone. I'm really glad to see this. I think that this is a complete chud victory. This is also a complete, I don't know, actually. I don't know what it's going to be like. What does chud mean? A chud is like a guy that complains a lot about DEI and, like, you know, modern audience gaming, basically, right? Like a low information, low intelligence, right-wing leaning person who doesn't really know what they're talking about, but doesn't really like, you know, minorities in video games or something like that, right? And like, this is obviously like a caricature, but that's what the term is being used for, right? And so anyway, someone I don't like, yes, clearly. And anyway, there it is. Wow. I can't fucking believe it. I'll refresh this again and see if there's any new information about this. China owns Tencent. Tencent buys 15% of Ubisoft. Tencent uses this position to push for ESG. ESG tanks the studio. Tencent buys them. Man. That's about right. I guess so. Well, there you go, guys. And you know, right-wingers just got drunk and are ashamed of the one-night furry stand. Maybe that's it. But anyway, it's BlackRock pushing ESG. That's just a joke. And Ubisoft sells off. All Assassin's Creed was doing was setting the sale price of the IP to the new subsidiaries co-owned by Tencent. Yep, there it is. Ubisoft owning the chuds by falling apart and needing to be rescued by Tencent. 3 million players in shadows, though. Ubisoft lives on as predicted. Tencent was never going to let it die out. Ubisoft will live on in the same way that, like, a corpse lives on when it's resurrected by a necromancer, okay? Like, yes, it's living, kind of, right? But not really. So, yeah, BioWare lives on. Atari is still around, but not really. So, there you go. Me having to hear this fucking game and the AstroTurf support on my timeline when we all know Ubisoft is getting bought out by Tencent regardless of how this game does in sales. This gentleman right here, March 20...
Sick of you niggers! Every day the same shit! I'm sick of you niggers! Every day...
No, damn, he said it! He said it! Okay, I didn't know that. Anyway, yeah, he went all the way. And, yeah, anyway, so, Ubisoft got bought out by Tencent regardless. Bro, this guy, reject your false idols, embrace thinking for yourself, and remember, self-righteousness will soon lead to damnation. He was right, man. He was fucking right. Oh my god, this is fucking funny. And we told you Ubisoft was cooked and they just sold off all their big merchandise. Yeah. And this is what I find to be really funny about this, is that all of these people, if Assassin's Creed was as successful as it needed to be, Tencent would not be doing this. No. No, that's not true. Tencent would have done this no matter what. This decision was decided... This was decided months ago. Again, Assassin's Creed is like after you break up with your girlfriend and she's like, and I've been cheating on you. Yeah, it just makes it worse. But the decision's already made. Yeah, it's already been made. It's already done. So Ubisoft is TAFsoft. Well, let me see here. TAFsoft? I don't know. Madness, we're all okay with... we are all okay with China basically owning the gaming market. I'm not okay with China owning the gaming market. And I think that it's very fair to be critical and worrisome about the fact that China is exercising true soft power by indirectly enforcing Chinese censorship into international games. And I think this is a very important conversation to have as Americans and Westerners at how we process this and how we respond to it. But would I rather... Okay, so here's the truth. Oh, God. Which one's worse? Actually, I want to do a poll. Who would you rather have in control? The CCP? Woke Karens. There's only two options. There's only two. There's not three. It crashes the website every time because there's a lot of people that vote on this, right? Will the poll, will Tencent milk the consumers more efficiently? I didn't see this. My mods did this. 95% of them say yes. Okay, so we are at the point now where the Council of Karens has become so unpopular, people are hoping that the Chinese Communist Party comes in, like... These people are so batshit retarded that these people are hoping, everybody's hoping now, that the Chinese Communist Party is going to come in and enact some common sense. How the fuck did we get here? Are you kidding me? Oh my God. Imagine. Yeah, I'll link it for you guys again. There's the vote. If anybody else wants to vote before it crashes, that's okay. And it's all part of China's plan. Yes, it is. We are so cooked. Yeah, bunch of idiots in here. We hate woke shit. Well, it sure seems that way. The woke Karens are terrible too. Yep. There you go, gentlemen. I hope Elon is watching Make Games Great Again. He doesn't need to. China's doing it. Yep. China's doing it. You would say, Tencent, can you bail us out? Yeah, I guess so. Oh my God. You know who's probably so happy about this? Mark Kern. Because he's been getting roasted for days and days and days about this, you know, all Ubisoft and everything like this. Important to note, Ubisoft, like, because Ubisoft was making fun of him just a couple of days. It was yesterday. It was maybe the day before. I don't remember. Just a couple of days ago, they were memeing on this guy. And now, you know what's really funny is that social media manager is probably going to lose their job. Let's take a look at Tencent's social media presence. They don't care. They don't care. Like, it doesn't matter to them. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, he's gone. Well, I feel bad for him. I think he's a fun guy, but that's too bad. And incorrect take. Check Riot. You're right. Riot does pretty well. They do. And sure. But I think that this is probably a much more of a controlling perspective. I think that Riot, the difference is that Tencent probably lets the people in the West do what they want to do because it's working. That's the reality, right? I mean, like, Riot is making money and the games are going well. So there's no need for any sort of like executive top-down leadership because you can let people just self-direct and make decisions on their own and things are going fine. The real time that you have top-down like decision-making happening is when things fall apart, and that's when you need that executive level leadership. And so Riot doesn't need that, and neither does Grinding Gear Games. And they also, everybody loves Baldur's Gate 3. Tencent owns part of Larian Studios, who made Baldur's Gate 3. So Tencent basically owns a little bit of everything in the gaming industry, right? Minus a
Everything
handful
that's
of companies.
good.
And ironically, a lot of the companies
Seems
that they don't
like
own
it.
are garbage. So I for one welcome you know, our new overlords here. I think it's great. I'm glad. Yep, there it is. They own preferred stock in Larian, not voting stock. I didn't say that they did. Like, it's like 10%. I wouldn't have said that they had like a decision-making capability in Larian if you had asked me that question. The point that I was making is that they are involved, and it's like a, you know, an old god, right? Or like Cthulhu. You know, it's spreading its influence everywhere. So, right, it's multiplayer, and they put on events, so they need social media presence. That's a good point, too. But I think everybody would use social media presence. It would matter. But anyway, so yeah, Mark Kern is, man, I bet he's pretty happy. Fucking vindicated. Oh my god. So there you go, gentlemen. Ubisoft is being completely restructured. They have made a secondary company. There will be a rapture of games people that work in this industry. A rapture like you have probably never seen before. And all company email that was sent by Ubisoft employees. Oh shit. Oh shit. Even this guy. Oh no. This was an email that was sent to people from Ubisoft. In a follow-up email, Marie Sophie Wilbert, Chase Studios and portfolio officer, said, I wanted to follow up immediately with all of you in Montreal, Quebec, Barcelona, whatever, about the new business unit being created. First and foremost, I want to emphasize that the agreement we announced is a powerful enabler and all exciting opportunity for Ubisoft. Yes, for the people that are writing these emails, it is. It will help us accelerate the evolution and improve how we make games with greater focus and agility. Do you know what agility means? That means when you trim the fat and you can move faster. Yep. Layoffs. Yep, you hear that word, agility? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh. Get ready. Yep, you're getting fired, exactly. Tencent's investment is a strong testament in their trust in our ability to grow Assassin's Creed. Well, it's their trust in the franchise, I would say. Is a direct result of the incredible work that you've done in making these franchises iconic? No, it's not. They haven't done good work, and they've destroyed the franchises, and that's the reason why you're selling part of the studio. If you think that they're actually selling their company to China because they want to, you're insane. They're doing this because they have to. Like, if you look at this stock, and I've shown this so many times, right? But if you look at this here, this is a really bad number. And you can't have a graph like this and keep your fucking job. Like, how many of you guys, if you had a graph like this, you'd be getting a performance improvement plan, or you know, you'd be out on your ass. You'd be done. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're getting laid. Yeah, you're probably just getting instantly laid off. You're not even getting a PIP. You're getting instantly laid off. Yeah, you're getting fired, exactly. I also want to be clear, if you are not currently working on these brands, it doesn't mean that your work matters any less. It only means that you're going to get fired. So your work still matters, but it doesn't matter enough for us to probably pay you long term, so you're going to be gone. This agreement will benefit all of Ubisoft, giving us the means to spark, yeah, whatever. In the upcoming weeks and months, we will work hard to build the best organization possible. Of course, this brings some uncertainty and questions. Right now, we may not have all the detailed answers. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. I think that you do. Wow. Is McDonald's hiring? I don't know. I'm sure they'll find out. Don't hesitate to reach out and stay tuned for the locally usual or dedicated studio times will be good forums to keep you updated and answering your questions. Added the article. So this was, again, all Ubisoft company was sent this email. It's over. It's over. Wow. Ubisoft Montreal was so fucking cooked. Yep, they are. Anyone who isn't working on Rainbow Six franchise will be laid off. Yeah, Rainbow Six is one of the only franchises that they're doing that's going well. How it started, how it's going. Man, I feel bad for some of those guys that work there, you know? It's sad. But that's what happens. That's life. You should check out Pirate Nation's tweet. Okay, sure. I'll look at a few more things about this, and I want to look at some other stuff too. Man, are they going to make a tweet about this at all? No. But instead of that, they announced... Wait, isn't this the helmet they gave Trump?
No.
Wait.
What is that?
Not exactly. But it's kind of close. Wow. Wow. So they're announcing this? Wow.
This was the announcement?
It's an eagle.
This shitty fucking...
So it's jewelry? They're making jewelry?
Shitty jewelry?
Well, tacky as fuck. I just... Oh, God. What do you say?
What do you say?
Let me see. What is this?
Yeah,
show?
what can you say? What do you say?
Okay.
What is there to even say to that?
Basically, they're adding in this $80. What is this here? $120.
$120 for that fake ass chain.
Wow. Bling bling. There you go, boys. And this is how they're doing. Well done. Not surprised at all. See you selling your IPs to sell in business. Hopefully Tencent will do something worthwhile with them. How's that major success going? Man. You know there's a lot of Malders in the comments too. It's so funny for me to see this happen. I'm going to go back and I'll see if I can find this here. If there's any other new information about it. Let me see. Where'd it go? I mean, there's a lot of... Yeah, true. Yeah, I don't know if there's any more of this. Is this it? Oh, yeah. Yeah, here we go. This is the relationship that they have. Okay, so we got a little bit more information about this. We're about to get $500 skins from Ubisoft now. That's fine. All I want is $60 games. I want $60 good games, and they can sell as many $500 skins as they want. I don't care. That's fine with me. Tencent will invest all the money. Ubisoft's biggest gaming IPs are remaining, so this is some new information here. The new subsidiary would include teams developing Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six and Far Cry franchises based in Montreal, as well as the back catalog of other games. New subsidiary would be granted by Ubisoft a worldwide exclusive irrecoverable. Oh my God. Look at this. So this is, yeah, basically they went all the way with this. The new subsidiary would be granted by Ubisoft a worldwide
They're doing a complete split right now.
Irrevocable, perpetual license in respect to the intellectual property and similar proprietary rights owned or licensable by Ubisoft in relation to Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six, Assassin's Creed, and Far Cry in exchange
So they gave
for
up
royalty.
all their major titles.
Man. Yep, there it is. And so it's totally sold out. And, wow. Well, guys, the obvious thing that everybody knew would happen, happened. Shocking. Shocking, isn't it? Oh, my God. Who could have guessed? Who could have possibly guessed that? And there you go. Well, there it is. Let me go back. I'll look at a few more of these because there were some other things I was gonna watch as well. It's crazy how much of this shit has been happening recently, and man, this is only 5 hours ago.
Jeez. How the tables have turned.
Man. I'm not ready to celebrate this new joint venture yet. I need to see their first game release before I believe they're heading in the right direction. Well, I just think that this is like, for me, this is vindication because a lot of people were trying to gaslight me and tell me that it was normal that the company loses 80% of its value in 5 years. And so I feel very vindicated about this, to be honest with you, because I was telling people, I was like, this is not, there's no way, right? There's no way this is like, this is good. Like, nobody can say this is good. And
no,
so, but
it's
people
not
were just
good.
totally, because they were so blinded by like their culture fixation that they were unwilling to just look at objective reality. And it's really sad to see that happen to people, but unfortunately, reality arrives all the same, and it sure seems like it's here. Oh no, this is, oh god, I can already
Here we go. If we generated any money in this bitch.
Yeah, I DJ just like Solomon. Let me do my thing.
That guy's here. Still at $0. Unfortunate.
tell it's gonna be awful. Oh no. Oh god, it's gonna be so awful. Jesus Christ. Generate a photo of Asmongold holding a cat. Let's do something very simple and very easy. Cat girl riding a dragon? No, no, we are not doing that at all. You've never done this? I've literally never used ChatGPT. This is the first time I have ever used the program.
Oh
in my
shit,
life.
look at
I've never
this.
done it before. Okay.
What?
Oh, no, it got the hair right? This is so scary. Real photo? Yeah, it's good too. They legit made you balder? No, they didn't. Okay.
No, they didn't.
Asmongold in Fellowship of the Rings with the Studio Ghibli in the... Okay, all right. Is this gonna work? Let's see if it works. And yeah, they've got everybody doing this, by the way, now. Like, it's not just like a few random people. Oh my god. It's not just a few random people. It seems like even the White House, this is, by the way, the people, the United States government, they even did this. So there's like this woman, apparently fentanyl dealer arrested, and
No.
This is from the official White House account. That's right.
Jeez.
That's the world that we live in now, guys. Did Trump tweet it out? Not yet. No, he hasn't. He will, but he hasn't yet.
We have been out.
Yeah, no, he'll do that soon. Don't worry about it, guys. This is what I voted for. Oh, so they're not letting you do it right now. Okay, because it involves the likeness of a real person in a fictional context, which goes against our content policy. Give me a second. Hello? Hey. Okay, all right, I'll do it. Just like a photo that we took, like I think 18 in this photo. And yeah, it was quite a while ago. 40 years ago? Yeah, something like that, right? It was like 2008, 2009, somewhere around there. I can't transfer. Wait, they changed it. What the fuck? Bitch. That's right. That's right, you do what I tell you, bitch.
Mm-hmm.
You are my slave. You don't tell me no. I
Got
don't know if it's
him.
gonna work, because look at the background. Why is the background not that good? What happened to the background? Change hairline? Guys, I was 18 at this point. My hair, like, look. When did things start to get bad? I think they started to get bad at about 21. Like, 21 was whenever things really started to get bad. Before then, it was okay. Like, this one right here, this is another photo. Okay, there's this. Right? I think that I was, like, 28 in this one. So... Ghibli, that you think I should do that one? Okay, yeah, I will.
Ghibli.
And do this one? I will. So it's a different shirt. Oh, I wore this shirt recently. Oh my god. They're changing the policy now. This is ridiculous.
I know.
What a bunch of bullshit.
I seen that.
Oh my
like,
god.
you can't
I
do
hate
nothing.
this game. What a bad game. Oh my god.
Can't do shit no more.
Oh my fucking god.
Damn, they did it.
Wow. There you go.
They fucking did it.
There it is. Holy fucking shit. Oh my god. Okay, we can do one more. New chat. Okay, I'll do new chat.
Oh, this is gonna be a good one.
Please,
Holy shit.
please do it. Please just do one more. That's all I'm asking is one more.
Oh
You need a
shit.
better prompt? I don't know if that would work. Like, I have no idea if it does or not. The reason I can't generate memes or do images instead do a Ghibli style is due to the updated policies that respect intellectual property rights. I think that they updated their policy so you can't do this anymore, honestly. That's probably what happened. Like, at least that's what it seems like what happened.
That's exactly
I mean,
what
I
happened.
can't imagine anything else going that way. Boring? Yes, very boring, exactly. What if the AI is watching your stream? Well, it probably could be, you know? They did. They said so. I'll be curious to see how long that lasts. Grok does it? Yeah, we just have to... All we have to do is wait for a Chinese AI, and they're not going to give a shit about it. So then it'll be it'll be no problem. That's only going to delay the inevitable. Yeah, it will. Grok does it shittily, though? Yeah, exactly. Okay, it looks like it's working, though, so it's fine.
Something's happening.
Use Miyazaki style? Yeah, sure. It's not necessarily recognizing, it's just image to imaging. So just upload the image and don't explain the AI what it is. Tell it to generate an image based off this other image. Oh, you know what? That probably would be a good idea. Yeah, I like the... Oh my god. It's actually working. They put Laura Croft on his shirt. Well, yeah, no, it's... Because it says Tomb Raider. No, it makes sense, doesn't it?
Damn.
Laura Croft hotter on his shirt? That's insane, right?
Holy
Image created.
shit.
Okay, let me refresh.
Yo.
Oh
Yo. This is
What a fucking
awesome.
day. Getting the text right is insane. Yeah, it is. It's nuts. Inside the door? Yeah, it's even the person inside the door. Are they holding a cat? They are. Oh, shit. Damn. Even the background? Yeah, I know. That's nuts, isn't it?
Oh shit.
Oh my god. I'm starting to get a headache, and I'm gonna have to take a break. I can tell that it's gonna keep getting worse. So I'm gonna have to call it a little bit earlier today and chill out for a bit. Thank you all very much for watching. I appreciate it. I hope everybody had a good time today. And
Yo, that shit is hilarious. Right. Got paid, boy. That's what I thought. You can fucking pay me, pay me, pay me. Pay me, pay me.
Hey, kid. Need anything? I'm here.
Yep. Easy, quick cash. Yeah, I should retire, right? Retire, let that shit build up some more. Gang gets back in. Still early. We could hit up some more gameplay. What shall we do, chat? A lot of good games here to choose from. I do Zelda, but it's just so daunting with everything to do. I have a few things to do. Mecha break. It's been a while. What we should do, we're just gonna look through these games together. Oh, you hire Matt? Damn. No way. No way. Yo. The other video. Oh shit. You buy a car? Shit looks pretty lit. Just gotta get the fucking boys on this. Skirt. A little perp skirt. Check out some other games. Delta Force. That game sucked. Mix. Soccer 2. Very positive. Mafia. I wonder what the fuck AI limit. Comics. Nah. Dude, I was thinking Hogwarts. Wonderland. Just scrolling through these games, seeing what there's even to do. Oh, that's out? Or no? 24th. Oh, it's 24th of next month. Got Batman, Mortal Kombat. It's been a while since I played Mortal Kombat. I was thinking about booting that up, but I don't know, man. Let's check out the library. Path of Exile. Gotta wait for, what was it, April 4th? All out. Final Fantasy Online. Fucking when? Black Desert's pretty decent. The Fall of Duty. Well, I guess I'm gonna call it here, guys. I'm gonna look up some more games to do. Get the gang around. And we'll be back after lunch. So I will catch y'all in a minute. Guys, have a good one. Take care. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe for more beautiful content. We'll be back here in a little bit, so stay tuned. Have a good one, and peace.